In this episode, we're going to talk about what you need to do to get over that holiday hangover. Stay tuned. Welcome to another episode of Same Page. I am Lenard, and this is my lovely wife.
Sarah Simagist.
Now we're at the beginning of the new year, and we just got done celebrating Christmas. And to tell the truth, there's a little bit of a hangover there. So in this episode, we're going to talk about how to get over that hangover. So first thing that, at least for me, is very important is getting back to a normal sleeping routine.
Okay.
Now, during the holidays, I tend to definitely stay up later, whether it's is watching sporting events or watching cheesy movies and all that stuff, or staying up playing games like we do on a regular basis, a little more over the holidays. So getting back to a more normal sleep routine, going to bed a little bit earlier, also waking up earlier and not sleeping in.
Right. Yes.
So that's one way to get over the hangover.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. Because we definitely stayed up a lot later and woke up a lot later because we didn't have a routine, right? The second thing that you can do to kind of get rid of that holiday hangover is to just start writing on a daily basis, like what you're going to do that day. At least that works for me. Because sometimes I wake up and because I'm at home, the whole time. I was going to say most of the time, but doing real estate and with the baby, then it's really easy not to really have that routine. So when I wake up, I really write like the goals, the 3 simple things that I need to do that day, and they're not a to-do list. It's more like today, if I'm fasting that day, right? So I'm going to eat from this date, from this time to that time. Read 10 pages and meditate. That could be like 3 simple things. And these things have to get done typically in the morning, but you want to make sure that they actually get done, because that's something that's going to make you feel good and help you jumpstart your day. So for me, writing those things is really important to kind of like prime myself that it must be done.
Okay, good. And just a reminder, guys, if you guys like the content, make sure to like and subscribe.
Yes.
All right. So moving on. Another way to get over the holiday hangover is to ramp up or go back to the gym and start doing exercises. During the holidays.
What if you have no gym?
What if you have no gym? Then you figure out some alternatives, whether it's taking a walk outside, going to tobogganing. There's a lot of winter activities that you can do.
Okay, so you just mean like going for exercise
Anywhere is that. Now, for me in particular, I prefer going to the gym. But compared to the frequency where I was going to or not going to during the holidays, I definitely try to ramp it up as the New Year's is starting. And simply just going back to a routine of going to the gym roughly 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay. I'm just going to add to that, because that might seem a little extreme for some people, right? Like not everybody wakes up and they can just jump start and I'm going to go back to the gym 3-4 times, especially during the lockdown if you don't have access to that. So actually, and I'm one of those people, when you're like 3-4 times a week, like what? But I am just started stretching. I'm just like, you know what? I am in a state where I haven't been really exercising as regularly, and I do exercise, but not, as frequently as I used to, but just waking up and stretching. So sometimes that just warms up my body, and sometimes it actually leads to a short workout, but just taking it easy and making sure that I sort of like give myself permission to do something that's not as intensive as I used to, right? So just some stretching, and sometimes it leads to some push-ups and sit-ups, and eventually sometimes I even pick up some weights. But I don't tell myself that like, oh, well, if I didn't jump into, the gym or like an intense workout 3 to 4 times a week, then I don't feel as I don't feel guilty. I still feel like I'm progressing to my normal self.
Okay. And what's the last thing that you can do to get over the holiday hangover?
Did we mention eating habits?
Not yet.
All right, then. So definitely when you are sort of used to eating a certain way, and I say used to because during the holidays, maybe you took 2 weeks off or whatnot with your family, and we overindulge and we eat whatever we want, and that's fine. And I think that's just, I think how people like to celebrate and remember holidays, and that's totally fine. So, and it's hard to again make that switch right away.
Yeah.
So for me, I just decide one thing that I'm gonna break a certain habit. So let's say I woke up and I don't know, I started during the holidays, I was like, I wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna eat cake today. And so it's just like, okay, well, today I'm not gonna have cake, or today my first meal will be something healthy. So just that one thing, that one step, that first step towards a more healthy eating habits is eventually gonna get you there. So don't just, at least again, that works for me, but don't just like start and say, well, you know what, I'm just gonna cut all junk food. You may, and that may works for some people. I find that a gradual return to your normal habits is more realistic.
Okay, fair enough. And I know for me, getting out of that environment, either from my mom's house or your parents' house,
Yes.
that definitely, I mean, like, as they say, like, when you're not in control of your environment, then you tend to give into it. So just being out of those environments, as much as I love my in-laws and as much as I love my mom's house, when I go back home, at least when it comes to eating more sensibly, it's a lot easier to do so.
Yes, absolutely. And so if you have friends that are like not eating the way that you want to eat, just get rid of them. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm trying to say you need
okay.
to move. Or you need to you need to go somewhere else. You need to get yourself out of that situation.
Don't get rid of them.
Don't get rid of them. Just get out of that situation and go into another situation where at least the results might be more beneficial.
What if the environment is in your own home?
Then there's definitely, going back to what you were saying, like you may have to make some small gradual steps to try to improve your eating, but it's really tough depending on how much willpower you have to resist those temptations if the environment that you're in is not conducive to what you're trying to accomplish.
Yes, that's well said. Yeah, that's actually very well said. I would say like remove that person from your environment, but that may be extreme, right?
That's very extreme.
Yes. Yeah, it's very hard because I think willpower is something that we only have so much of, So you definitely want to make sure that if everyone in that environment could have similar goals, it makes it a lot easier.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let us know how you're getting over that holiday hangover, or maybe you already have, and maybe you're the type of person that jump starts your year, and you're like, you know what? Nope. Let's go. Let's achieve those goals. And kudos to you if you are, and if you're not, and taking it a little bit more gradual, step at a time, that's okay too, because I'm one of them too.
Once again, thank you for joining us, guys, and don't forget to live your truth.